All right, it is morning day 2, or sort of day 1. Let's see, highlights so far. Ben, highlights.
Breakfast was good.
Breakfast was good. Food overall, very good. I think this morning's probably set the bar even higher. Because yeah, they had all sorts of crazy stuff we can show you in other videos. Let's see, what else? Ben's shawl right here. Something's up with that. Makes people angry somehow. We still haven't figured that out. Let's see, Rabbi last night, we went to the Western Wall, and I went to the end of this rabbinic tunnel, and at the very end was this super old rabbi guy, and I just prayed in my head. I was like, God, have this rabbi guy come up to me and talk to me. So I hung around for like a minute or two, and nothing. He was just doing his prayers or whatever. And so I walked back, and then all of a sudden I feel a tap on my shoulder. He had tracked me down, and he started showing me all this stuff in the rabbinic tunnel, this excavation site. He gave me this little candle. He did a prayer over me, and I got my picture with him. So, you know, cool little wink from God of like, hey, wow, I can't believe that really happened. So let's see. What else? Western Wall was cool. Walked through Old Jerusalem and everything. Saw where Jesus most likely carried the cross up in front of Herod's wall. So that was cool. And overall, just adjusting to time. I got up at 2:57. Well, physically and laid in bed for about 3 hours because I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, I was awake about 3:30.
3:30. I heard you stirring here and there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chloe's bag got lost. That's still not here. So hopefully that gets found and makes it here. What else? I don't know. Yeah, we'll do some more videos today. But so far, so good. Love it. Here's our hotel, Dan Panorama. So, quick look around.
Upper Hill.
There we go, the ascent to Zion. Right here.
Zion Hill. There you go. So Zion. Oh, sorry.
No, this is about you.
No, Zion means hill. So I mean, it refers to Jerusalem proper, the city as in its entirety, in origin, down the hill, David's city. But today, many think when they think Zion, thinking Upper Hill, basically they understand it.
Oh,
Yeah.
this corridor. Bar mitzvah. Mount of Olives to the left of the cemetery, like where that tower is, would be like the peak of it. This is the upper room.
This is it.
Per the famous Greg
That's
Denham.
right, 100%. This is big. Is everybody here, do you think? Yes. And Amos, awesome. Thank you so much, Aaron. Yeah, and Amos,
Here we go, there's Mount of Olives. Walls to the old city. Mount of Olives is to the left of that cemetery in front of us.
tells us that our faith in the Lord is like a race, and it's a long endurance.
Garden of Gethsemane.
And to set our eyes on Jesus, who never gave up because he trusted the Heavenly Father. So I just want to say here, look, I can imagine some of you are going through some unique trials and difficulties.
Down here at the base of Mount of Olives, supposedly the oldest olive trees in the area. Just came down from Gethsemane. So this is Chloe. She's She's going to tell us about these tombs over here. What tombs are these, Chloe?
I don't know. What are they called?
I don't know.
No,
What?
no, there's a name.
Necropolis.
Necropolis.
The city of tombs.
City of
But
Tombs.
we realized in talking to the guide that these are so old that in Matthew 28:55 or something like that, 27:55? 26:55, something in the 50s, that when Jesus died and the tombs broke open and the people came up out of them and went into the city and preached Jesus.
When the earthquake happened at
Yeah.
noon when Jesus died. Was it noon or was it 3 to 6? I think it was noon to 3, total darkness, earthquake, and then poof, that's when all the graves opened and you had old saints walking the city.
When was
They-
the veil was torn when he was crucified?
This is
not
where they
when he
came
was-
from.
When he
died.
raised again.
These popped open and people came up out of these. Wow, yeah, so crazy.
250,000.
250,000 of these. So however many people were still having bodies popped up and then just walked up here to Old City Jerusalem. Crazy. Zion Gate. Yeah, we were over here. That was out the Zion Gate. Back to the wall.
We all know that, right? He's experiencing monster shock. Pilate is beating the sweat out of the Lord.
So the torture
and
happened
what
behind
happens,
this
of course,
wall.
They put a purple robe.
Jesus
Then they hailed, "Hail, King of the
walked
Jews."
up
I
that
think
path
it's taking place here.
with the
They
cross.
struck him with their hands. Pilate then went out again and said, "Behold, I'm bringing him out to you that you may know that I find no fault in him." Again, bringing him out. Well, you could very well bring these crowds here. And so, but whether it happened here is not the most important thing, but it could very well have, right? And so you see our precious Lord, he has a crown of thorns, he's being mocked, he's being punched, it's not even, no pleasure even talking about it. And it says in verse 5, then Jesus came out wearing the crown of thorns, the purple robe. Pilate said, "Behold the man." And when the chief priests and officers saw him, they cried out, saying, "Crucify him, crucify him." Pilate said to him, "You take him and crucify him. I find no fault in him." The Jews answered, "We have a law, and according to our law, he ought to die because he's made himself the Son of God." And therefore, when Pilate heard the saying, he was more afraid. He went again into the praetorium. So he's coming in and out and in and out, and said to Jesus, "Where are you from?" Jesus gave no answer. Pilate said, "I do not speak to you. As the part of crucify and part of the Jesus said, "You can have no power at all against him unless it is given."
Coming up to the seat, judgment seat where Pilate sat to judge Jesus.
Go like a dog.
The hidden gate.
You look on this side. Yeah. So, hey, some archaeologists believe, because this was the Bema seat. You look around here, there's some carvings and things. Do we know for sure? I don't know. But this is what some archaeologists believe. This was actually one up here that was thrown off. It was up on this pavement here, this bedrock. Ancient gate right here into Herod's palace. You can see some of the contours here, the gate, the steps. I can't say I can completely wrap my mind around it, but I'm just sharing with you some of what some leading archaeologists believe. But again, Praetorium, seat of Roman authority, historical support from historians that it was in Herod's palace. In front of us, behind me, clearly Herod's palace. This is where I personally believe our precious Lord was interrogated, and as we read, sentenced to be crucified. And if that's the case, then very possibly making his way. I don't know how close to the walls here. If he's making his way here, or he's down below, carrying the cross. But as I mentioned, take a look at this. And, I don't know if you're into stones. I mean, I love stones. This is a great place to pick up a stone, I think. Get a little sense of limestone. This is bedrock, and sometimes you have it fall out. But come around here and look at this. I wanted to sit on this when my precious wife said, you should probably not sit on this. But you can sit on it if you want. But this is what some archaeologists believe was the Bema seat. Okay, so there you go. Yep. The Bema seat where Pilate sat, pronounced judgment. Bema sat. Does that make sense?
Then walking up to the western wall. Stop, get your headpiece. Ben's already got one. Excavation site about 50 feet down, the wall still goes down. These would be rabbinic tunnels. See if my buddy's here. I didn't, but I think you can. Oh my gosh, this video is terrific quality. Here we go. We're on one of the outer walls of the temple area of the Old City. It's really high up here. Jeremy's thinking about jumping off, but opting not to. Where's Mount Avalos? That tower?
There's no lights where the graves are.
No, run.
My intrusive thoughts saying throw my beanie down there.
Is this the kid drum?
Yeah, Big Gun Valley.
It looks like when there's no light.
You can actually look at that in the book you have.
Oh, they just imagine it for you?
No, there's a picture from the 1800s of what it looked like with no houses here.
Wow. Okay, I'll look at the.
It'll meet that book when we.
They're lost in Old City Jerusalem. And now they've run out of sidewalk. And there are dangerous roads. And cats everywhere.
Killer cat.
Ooh, that's cool. I wonder what that wall is that's lit up. I wonder if that's significant.
Oh my god!
I'm down. I'm down.
Are you going?